Hey Eurovision fans, it's day 3 of rehearsals at Eurovision 2024 and we have the 8 songs in the first half of the second semi-final taking to the stage for the first time to do their first rehearsals. We have the 10 press photos released as well as the TikTok video. We're going to go through and see who are the winners, who are the losers, and how could this affect who qualifies. So let's keep. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So same as before, thank you to the EBU, Sarah Louise Bennett and Corinne Cumming for all of these fantastic photos, which I'm going to be using today. These are the official ones up on the Eurovision website. I'm not going to be playing the TikToks because I don't want to deal with copyright. I don't have the strength. Okay, so first up is Sarah Bonici singing Loop for Malta. And I actually really like these pictures. This first one here is super cool. I'm getting a lot of like 90s music video vibes from this. The costuming and this like semi-futuristic background. It looks like Melodifestivalen, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like Melodifestivalen is a super cool looking, well-produced show. Some people think that, other people don't. But yeah, like this is giving me a little bit of like toxic music video. We can see here this like almost like a Volt red background. So giving a little bit of like spy, espionage feel to it, like she's kind of like a female James Bond with these dudes around her. Outfit wise, I don't find it particularly exciting. You know, it's quite a simple like silver sequin dress, but I imagine that there's an element of practicality here in that she's doing the splits, she's moving around, she's getting flipped all over the place. So maybe they just thought, okay, we need something that is going to be comfortable for her to be in. So I totally get that, and I think it's fine. I don't think it's like good or bad. It doesn't drag the performance down, and I suppose the silver is going to hit well with these LED backgrounds. We can see here like there's some splits going on. So obviously if you're doing the splits on stage, you definitely want to have something that's very comfortable and that's not going to rip. We can see here this is a cool panned out image, again really looking like Melodifestivalen, but we've got some blues, some silvers and reds. We've got a little bit of pyro going on as well, and this looks like an exciting show. I really enjoyed the TikTok. It looked exciting. There's a bit as well with this green kind of like, it looks like an amplifier, music comes on and spins around. So there's lots of different colors in it. It's got this kind of cool, crisp production. It does, I'm not saying this is like really fashion forward or anything. This feels like a little bit nostalgic, kind of like our classic, cool, fun, you know, immersive girly bops. You know, it's just our little dose of girl boppery that we want in our lives. And, you know, the choreography looks difficult and she's still singing really well. So I think that this is an impressive performance. And there's going to be some cool tableaus here. I saw that in the TikTok video, she's lying down on the ground and here we've got the guys holding her up. So yeah, I think this is really solid. I'm really rooting for Sarah. Like, I don't think this is going to go through just because I think that Malta kind of has a hard time in Eurovision recently, being first in the running order this year, second last year. I don't think they start with a lot of free points either, but this is my favorite girl bop this year. I would like this to go through. I'd like Malta to catch a little bit of a break. I think this looks solid. I think this is in with a shot, but it probably needs a little bit of luck. It probably needs a couple of other people to fall down. The performance probably has to go flawlessly, but yeah, I think they're in with a bit of a long shot still, and I'm rooting for Sarah. Okay, next up we have Besa singing Titan for Albania. So first up, I think one of the most striking things here is her outfit. I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't like this on Twitter. I get it. It's not the most like aesthetically beautiful thing. I quite like the colors of it though. I like the blue on the front. It's giving me a little bit of Jetsons vibe. Lady living in the future on a Mars colony or something. Yeah, it's not the most like really beautiful thing, but I don't mind it. I like the kind of slightly fantasy future space aesthetic. It looks like it's going to be 3 dancers in kind of nude outfits and then 2 backing singers on stage. You can definitely see that Sacha Jean-Baptiste is not involved this year, not just because the staging isn't red and black, but it's just kind of lacking that like really strong elegance that you can see from Sacha Jean-Baptiste. She's a very distinctive style, staging style. I believe that she's busy this week because she's working with the interval artists and just general production of the show. So she wasn't available. Someone told me in the comment section of my semi-final 2 prediction video that apparently Fredrik Rudman, who did Carrier staging last year and Nemo staging this year, is involved. I'm not sure if that is correct information or not, so take it with a pinch of salt, but apparently he's involved. I'm really hunting for magic here because I would love Albania to qualify, because I just like kind of root for them as slight underdogs. You know, they've never won before, but I'm just not like able to find something wow. Like this image is cool where Bess is singing and we have one of the dancers pleading in this kind of like very stark empty background. Although the audience is going to be there, I think they're going to be visible, so that'll kind of take away from this like very dystopian picture mood that they've created there. Yeah, I'm just not finding anything. Like I'm kind of hunting, and I don't think you should have to hunt for like why things to find. Usually the really strong songs, you look at them and they just kind of blow your socks off. I'm trying to find like little bits of magic. I think these blue beams coming onto her outfit could like really pop. They could like really glow it up. Maybe there'll be like this slight reflective element in her clothing. You know, her vocals are going to be really, really good. We know that she's a strong singer, but yeah, I have to admit, this is not really giving me qualification chances. And the fact that second in the running order as well is just so difficult. Cyprus look like they've got a pretty solid opening. I haven't seen Greece's pictures yet, but we know that that song is like a big favorite. So, okay, next up we have Marina Satti singing Zari for Greece. This is kind of an intriguing one because we heard all these rumors about Marina Satti having something very new in her staging, and I believe that it's this single take camera. So I believe the whole thing is going to be done in one take. In the TikTok clip, I think we got a lot more information where we saw the guy with the steady cam, which is this big camera that you can walk around with. It looks like he's going on stage and walking around them. So it does look like it's going to be this one take, which is going to be really, really, really interesting to see. So the photos don't really give us that much information because first of all, they haven't shown too many of the LEDs in the photos. And secondly, it doesn't give us the point of view that we're going to be seeing on the actual camera, because that's going to be really huge. It really feels like the whole point of this staging is it's going for this like kind of edgy, weird, up close, going around her. You're going to be beside her the whole time. In terms of the, let's focus on the photos though. So I think there's 5 people on stage with her, 4 dancers and a singer. So here we can see her outfit. I have to admit, I'm not mad on the dress. This kind of like shower cap dress, it just looks a little bit cheap to me. I would like something a little bit more expensive. Again, maybe this is not the final dress. Maybe she's going to have another couple of options that she's going through in second rehearsals. But yeah, I think it does look kind of cool. It looks kind of like fun going out to a club, but it's not giving me like the chicness I wanted. I would like just that same thing, but just looking more detailed somehow, a little bit more like hand stitching on it, make it look a little bit more handmade so it looks more expensive. And then I'm fine with it. I don't mind the color or anything. It's just the fact it looks kind of like you could buy it off the rack quite easily. So I want to see like deluxe customization. This is something that we've agonized over for a couple of weeks, and I'm not getting that from the outfit personally. But I like the color palette. I like this kind of lilac metallic. The LEDs look like they're going to be quite trippy. So the second picture, it looks like the floor. I'm not sure if that's going to be the floor or if that's just like them working with technical elements, but we've got this kind of like very extremely bright contrast, very colorful ground. And we can see this again here where the LEDs look very colorful, and we saw that in the TikTok video as well. So this feels like super kind of experimental, getting into very arty. I feel like this is kind of a divisive song, but I feel like the people who love it will like these visuals. So I think they're kind of just saying, look, some people aren't going to like this, F them. Let's really make the people who like this love it even more. Having said that, if you are in love with this song, let me know in the comments down below. Do you love it? Or am I putting words into your mouth? And then in this last picture, we can see, I think we're going to get some like traditional dancing, and we can see that they had handkerchiefs as well. Really, the picture's not giving too much away. Again, I think the main spirit and soul of this performance is going to come in how weird and experimental this single take is going to be. So really the photos just don't portray that, so we need to wait to see what the rehearsal clip looks like. I still feel like this is a really unknown quantity with a wild card element, so I'm still very excited to see this when I see the dress rehearsal. I don't know what to make of it yet. I'm pretty sure this is going to qualify. It's got so many fans behind it, and it's got that experimentation. I'm not getting winter vibes from the photos, but then again, I don't think the photos are going to be its strongest element, so we need to wait. I still need to wait on that. Okay, next up we have Nemo singing the code for Switzerland. My God, this seems to have been the main talking point for people today about Nemo's staging. Now, first of all, let's talk about the outfit, because that's what most people are talking about. This first photo, we can see the top of it. It is this white and pink monster fur outfit with this extremely detailed earpiece as well. And in this picture, we can see that there's also some a skirt into some leggings, and then the kind of like furry boots. Well, we can see the whole outfit here. I think this is brilliant. I really, really, really like this. I get why some people don't like it because it's very out there. Having said that, we got some foreshadowing this year. We saw lots of photos of Nemo on their Instagram wearing things that I would consider very daring and out there. So this feels like on brand for them. Like I don't feel like they've been wearing kind of like t-shirts and jeans and then are suddenly appearing as a non-binary flamingo monster. So like I like it. I think it's very creative and crazy and wild and risky and daring, and you know that I love things that are risky and daring. You know, take a shot. The main prop seems to be this incredible disc which looks really, really expensive, that's got a very small base of contact with the ground, and then it looks like it can rotate 360 degrees. This looks absolutely freaking stunning. I think this looks really, really, some of these photos are exceptional. This third pic I just showed you, the fourth picture, you can just make so many incredible tableaus with this because Nemo can stand at the top of the rim and then you can put any LED there and it looks like they're standing at the top or the precipice of a cliff. Really, really, really stunning, bringing this element of danger, this moving disc that's changing. It fits with the theme of the song. It looks incredible. It looks very expensive. Like this costs a lot of money. Well, you know, Switzerland probably have money. This photo number 10, like these images are just spellbinding. This is wow, wow, wow. Definitely Switzerland maintaining their place as favorites for the whole contest this year. I think this is absolutely incredible looking, and these are still images. What is it going to look like when things start moving? Yeah, like these are probably the biggest wow images for me this year. This image here is very crazy because we can see Nemo in the air, so I'm not sure if they're actually going to jump off this. We actually saw a couple of preview clips where they were wearing like elbow pads and knee pads, so maybe this is why they had to practice jumping off things. But like, oh, these images are just so evocative, and I'm just looking at it and I'm just seeing so much potential. They've given themselves so many visual options from this really, really cool, clever prop that they've created. Like this image here where they're standing on the edge and then we've got this like very misty, mysterious background. Just wow. And the imagery just really makes sense with the song as well. There is this cohesion in the message. I think the outfit looks great because we've got all this darkness around them. I think the outfit actually works really well because we have this like mystery and darkness and kind of like endless abyss, this kind of unsurety, whatever, you know what I mean. And then we have Nemo standing there kind of being this odd one out person. You know, I think this flamingo outfit, it looks a bit like a flamingo, so kind of a nod to this strange creature, but then also a monster. So I think that there's storytelling in this costume. I feel like it sums them up, the things that they've been feeling through as they've gone through their life. This is a very autobiographical story. Again, I totally understand people who don't like this outfit, but I think you're gonna have to wait and see what it looks like on camera because the lighting effects I think are really gonna pop with it. I think viewers at home who don't know their backstory are gonna tune on and gonna go, okay, this looks crazy. Why is this person wearing a flamingo monster outfit? And then they're gonna start rapping and people are just gonna be like, whoa, there's gonna be sliding down the plate, there's running up it, jumping off. This is gonna be really, really exciting. Again, this is Fredrik Rudman, who did Carrie's staging last year, who I really think is the person to watch for. He seems to be like the hottest topic this year, and it really looks like he's delivered with this. And who else is he doing? Apparently Bessa, but someone else I heard as well. But yeah, like this is wow. For me, this is the second potential winner after Baby Lasagna. I thought Baby Lasagna also stepped things up as well. Yeah, like this is just absolutely freaking gorgeous. And I'm so excited for something. And the thing about this as well is it really gives me the impression that Switzerland want to win. Because you know, there's talk every year that like certain people don't want to win because they can't host. I don't get that impression for Switzerland at all. Like they've gone out and basically booked one of the hottest staging production guys, Fredrik Rudman. They've paid for this gigantic, expensive prop. So Switzerland are really saying, we want to host. We want to win. We have no problem winning whatsoever. There's going to be no panic. Like, it's very voluntary. It's not like Nemo has done a one-person show and kind of accidentally won. And then, you know, the Swiss broadcaster's just like, oh crap, we've just been dumped into the bin. This is the Swiss broadcaster saying, like, we actively want to host next year and get the title, and we are helping this amazing artist who has performed this song incredibly every single time I've seen it. We want to convert that package into a win. So that's kind of exciting to see, because it gives me the impression that if Switzerland do host next year, they're going to put loads of money into it, they're going to put loads of passion, they want to be there. As opposed to when some countries host and it's kind of like, oh crap, how can we get through this year without being bankrupt? Okay, next up is Czechia. It's Aiko singing Pedestal. Okay, so these photos are really risque. I saw a lot of people kind of talking on Twitter about how this is slightly a revealing outfit. I think this outfit is absolutely gorgeous. This cut is just divine. This sheer top, very lean, kind of giving danger. But then on the bottom half, we've got this like corset into these beautiful flared pants. Really cool fashion. I think one of my favorite outfits that we've had so far. And this whole performance looks really dangerous. It's giving me like naughty James Bond vibes. It also looks like they seem to be the only ones who are using these 5 cubes. So I didn't realize that they can go down, because it doesn't look like anybody else has used it. But Czechia are putting them really low, giving this kind of like dangerous feeling that she's like squashed into this small space. We saw in the TikTok clip that there's lots of red and black. So they've kind of like stolen Albania's idea for staging. But yeah, I think this looks really edgy. It looks totally different from anyone else. It looks more adult, more risky, more like just going for it. So I think that this is why in my qualification video I said I never underestimate Czechia. I put Czechia in borderline no, but I said that I was very much ready to move them up to a borderline yes, because they consistently deliver the staging that's different from everyone else. They don't play it safe, they don't stay inside the box, they're willing to take a risk, and also they're very involved with the community. So I feel like there's an awareness here of when they're a little bit more in trouble, and then they kind of ramp it up even further. So really excited by this staging. I can definitely feel like now that Czechia are in the mix. We're going to have some pyro at the end. Yeah, I'm just getting like a dark energy from this that feels naughty, dangerous, seductive. Really cool. I like some of the mannerisms that they're doing as well. So yeah, Czechia delivering. This is one of the ones I'm most excited for. Her vocals sounded okay. That was one of the issues, just being between Nemo and Slimane, who were 2 extremely strong vocalists. Is she going to be able to stand out? It sounded fine. We've got the 4 dancers on stage giving energy. Hopefully she's got one backup singer at the side, just giving a little bit of extra power behind the vocal. But yeah, this is exciting. And this is kind of what the photos should be. I think they should kind of tease a little bit, give you a sense of the mood and the energy that's going on, but not reveal too much. So I'm looking at these photos and I'm excited, and I really am looking forward to seeing the performance much more than I was before. So this is really clever staging by Czechia. Never underestimate them. I'm pretty much going to put them up into borderline yes at this point. Obviously we need to see the second half, but I'm just looking for one person to have a little bit of a slip up, and I'm ready to bump them up, because I feel like they've kind of carved out their own niche that no one else is really occupying right now. So even though they're 5th in the running order, they've got this dangerous woman vibe, and I think that they can still be remembered at the end. Also, they got the rocky feel as well. Okay, next up we've got Colleen from Austria singing We Will Rave. So again, I think these photos look really great. Very strong showing today. I think a lot of people were really serving. Let's go straight to the outfit. She's got her head, it looks like it's got like a slight reddish tint to it, and we have this really beautiful, it looks handmade outfit again. A lot of sequins, not even sequins, I think they're rhinestone sewn into it. Again, there's a practical element here where she needs her legs free because she's going to be thrown and spun around, because we know that she's an incredible dancer. The music video is actually reminded me a little bit of Maria Surf Melody Festival, and this year these kind of this dark blue with these kind of diamond heist lines in them. Again, I think it looks really cool. Similar to Sarah Benici, I'm getting some music video vibes, which I absolutely love. This looks really professional to me. The colors and lines in it are really crisp. We're not getting too much information from these pictures, but yeah, just some really lovely geometry going on here. I love this icy blue, which we also saw in the music video, and we're getting elements of that with the smoke coming up and the ice hitting it. I just think it looks really cool. It's got a really clear, like this ice blue theme, picture 10. And in this picture, it's really stunning. We're gonna see these white lines go up in the background. And during the dance break in the TikTok video, you could see it's gonna be their silhouettes. So it's this kind of like silhouetted ravers against the backlights. really iconic moment. I think people are really going to like this. It's got a huge amount of nostalgia into it. I feel like it's referencing music videos from the 90s, which the song kind of is as well. So this looks slick, really well put together. Not too surprising considering that Marvin Dietman is her, I don't know if it's her boyfriend or her husband, her partner at least, and she's been the creative director, I believe, one of the creative directors for Slow Mo. So this is the kind of big show that we were expecting. And image 6 here, we can see that she's going to start with a dress on and someone's going to come and take it off. And in the TikTok video, you can see there's these really slick transitions where her coat comes off and immediately two guys come in and she's putting her arms on them. So really well choreographed. There's lots happening. It's exciting. It's action-packed. I feel way more sure about this because I think honestly, even if her vocals are crap, I still think it's going to be really entertaining visually and with the energy, movement and dancing. I think most people just won't care. And I think the vocals will be fine. I'm sure they have one female singer off stage helping her along. We can see here now doing the flip with this silhouette thing. Really cool, and her hair going down as well. So I think there's going to be some iconic moments in this. I'm feeling much more confident about this. Still a little bit worried that this might be like a fan favorite one that the general public doesn't like as much. It'll be a good contrast as well coming after France. Okay, next up we've got Saba singing Sand for Denmark. Now I posted about this on Twitter. I gave a comment that was probably a little bit over the top. I have to admit, coming into this my expectations were like really low because lately DR, the broadcaster in Denmark, hasn't really been delivering. I actually think some of these photos look kind of pretty. This second photo here where she's standing, I love this light hitting her with the smoke, and we've got this like grey with yellow color palette and this like laser thing over her eye. So I was kind of surprised because, you know, the Danish staging, I don't really expect much. It tends to be a copy and paste of a Melody Grand Prix. This actually looks like it's had some thought and extra elements. This superimposed image onto her eye. We've got her actually spilling out the sand, and in the TikTok video we saw that there's an LED version of Saba also like doing things with sand as well. So I just like that it's actually Denmark like trying to elevate. So I think I got a bit excited just from seeing that. This fourth picture looks great though. The light going over the smoke giving this like sandstorm feel, which I think looks really cool. Slightly reminiscent of Loreen last year, who also had this really cool brown color palette. Obviously Saba with a song called Sand. We're going to get some sand in it. No problem with that at all. I don't mind it. I like her outfit. There's nothing particularly wow in it. I think it's like a pretty white outfit. Good thing that she's not in the same semi-final as Yolanda, because there actually will be quite a bit of a clash here. In my prediction video I said I would be livid if they dumped her on a box. It appears that they have dumped her on a box. I'm going to give them a pass because there are extra elements. There's on-screen graphics going on, there's stuff in the LED, so there is an effort put in here. It's not like super wow, but for me, my expectations for Denmark are so low that when they kind of give me anything, I don't want to throw it back in their face. I want to be like, okay, they've tried a bit. The image, again, this looks really cool, giving me like Terminator vibes. This silhouette of her with the laser on her eye, and it looks like she's sprinkling sand as well. I think that looks really cool. That's a nice edgy picture as well. I don't associate Danish staging with being edgy. And here we're getting a bit of Danish colors as well as she gives the big vocals. She's a great singer as well, so I'm expecting this to sound really good. And it's really cool what they've done with the boxes as well. So look, there's still a chance that Denmark are going to go through. I do think that it's going to be like 9th or 10th most likely, because, you know, a lot of people are bringing out their big games. Czechia, who I thought were kind of borderline as well, have come up with something really cool. Like, I crap on Denmark so much that when they do something good, like, I want to reward them. I want to be like, come on, Denmark, you can do it. They've got a 3 non-qualification streak. I really want them to qualify in Malmo, which is so close to home. I still feel like this is borderline. It's not like so good that it's making things like, wow, Saba's definitely going through the final. But it's also not so super bland and boring like the national final that I'm like, oh God, Denmark are absolutely hopeless. So I'm pretty happy that, you know, I've got some hope left in me. Really rooting for Saba. I hope that they do some promo material before the contest of her doing stuff with sand, because that was kind of a meme within the community this year. Sand, Yana the sand. You know, walking past a beach and there's sand and just saying sand with lots of A's. I don't know. Just want to see some strategy from the Danish delegation, but I think they've got some stuff to work with here. I'm pleasantly surprised. Caveat is my expectations were super low. Okay, last but by no means least, we have Ladaniva from Armenia singing Jacko. Now, a couple of people had a go at me in my semi-final 2 prediction videos. Why did I put Armenia through as a definite qualifier? And I feel very justified after seeing these photos because these look so super fun and vibrant. The costumes here alone are just so fantastic. A lot of people tune in because they want to see some culture, they want to see some clothes and sounds from other countries, and this is just absolutely going to tick all of those boxes. Look at her outfit, the detail in it, it looks so interesting. She looks really pretty, really playful and fun. Jacko is such an incredible performer. I saw her at Madrid pre-party. She loves being on stage, running around, feeding off the energy from the crowd. She's going to be absolutely in her element. This image here, these joyful colors, really light, warm yellows and oranges on this stage with these beautiful blinking lights at the bottom. This is just the type of thing that the casual viewers absolutely freaking love. And the reason I was so confident about this is because a lot of this was in the music video. So they previewed it. We had all these colors, we had this vibe, we had the rolling pomegranates down the road, we had the chickens, everything. So, you know, they told us what they were going to do, and the music video looked absolutely super fun and exciting, and now they've brought that fun and excitement onto the stage. Televers are going to love this. This is definitely qualifying. Super great work from Armenia. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to like be super impactful in the final. I think it'll probably get a little bit forgotten in the middle. This is definitely in the same vibe as Tranela Tsul from Moldova in 2022, who had a super favorable draw. You know, who knows, maybe Armenia could get that as well, but I can definitely see casuals really liking this. It's very easy to process, to sing along with. It's just joyful. It feels like one of the most joyful songs in the semi-final. I love the TikTok where we see the chickens going by and all these like traditional dancers on this kind of like wheel. We can see some of the chickens here as well. This is great. Definitely qualifying and showing off Armenian culture. So I think this is a really successful entry from Armenia this year. I don't think it's going to get top 10. It's not impossible, but I think it would need like a little bit of luck. You know, we need a good draw and have some very contrasting songs on either side. But the producers are going to love this making the final because this is such a great party starter. I think they might actually put this first. Not first, sorry, obviously Sweden are first. They might put it second. I think they'll want, Sweden is like a good opener, but I think they'll want something very joyful to open as well. So I think they'll put quite a happy song second and then a ballad third. So this could be one of the potential songs that goes in the second slot. And also because then Marcus and Martinez will be in English and then this is a foreign song. It's a perfect second slot entry. So actually, if Ladaniva do qualify, I think they'll want to pull that second half ball. Otherwise, the producers are going to be salivating that they can get the party started with Jacko. Okay, let's have a quick summary of everybody. So Malta Sara Bonici, I like this kind of 90s throwback music video. I feel like the mini battle between her and Colleen, I feel like Colleen looks a little bit more expensive, a bit more mature and put together. So yeah, I think Sarah is going to struggle a little bit, but I would love her to come through. That would be so happy for Malta. Albania in slot number 2. I'm not seeing the magic here. I want to see it, but I'm not feeling it at this point in time. I don't mind her outfit as much as other people do. Hopefully this comes alive with the live show and there's something that is being kept a secret for now. Marina Sadi from Greece, really hard to call because I think the core thing is going to be those camera angles, which we aren't seeing yet. We have to wait a little bit longer. So it is whetting my appetite. But yeah, the photos I don't think give the true indication of what the staging is going to look like. Nemo from Switzerland, the code. This definitely can win Eurovision. Absolutely stunning prop. Very evocative outfit. Whether you like it or don't like it, I think you're going to have an opinion. You're going to talk about it. And people talking about it is obviously going to start a conversation that people might have. People might be talking about this at home after the performance, and that's going to get more votes and attention. Switzerland want to win as well, which is kind of nice to see. Czechia, Aiko from Czechia, one of my big surprises this year. Real elevation. I love the low cubes coming down. This dangerous, naughty black and red vibe with the fire as well. And this very risque costume. Really badass Czechia, thinking outside the box. I love them for that in Eurovision. They always think outside the box and I appreciate it. I've already spoken about Colleen, really expensive and well put together. Saba Sand, Denmark actually trying some new things. Very happy to see. Is it enough to get them across the line? And then finally Armenia bringing the fun and joy to close off the first half. So that's what I thought about the 8 songs in the first half of semi-final number 2. What did you think? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. No new donations on PayPal or Buy Me Coffee, but if you want to support the channel, I'll leave links to you in the description down below. And of course, thank you to all my patrons for patronizing me from all around the world. If you want to join my Patreon, I'll leave a link in the description. But of course, thank you so much just for watching, and maybe leaving a like and maybe sharing the video. And thank you so much for watching. See you in another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.